guys, it's Anna. Bienvenido otra vez a mi canal. If you're new here though, what is up? Sorry, I'm like moving around on my chair already and shaking everything, so that's great right off the bat. Today, I just wanted to set up my everyday planner. I usually use a big planner like this size as my desk planner that holds like basically all of my information. This is my main planner home. I don't show like this size planner a lot because it usually houses so much more personal information in it that like I don't even really like to do flip throughs. I do show like my before the pen and like kind of my weekly spread sometimes on Instagram, just because like it's easier to block some stuff out if I need to. But this is like what I look at every single day. Does not leave my house unless I'm traveling for like long periods of time, and not like on vacation or something. I would never take this like on vacation. This is my main planner. It is, as you can see, this is the one from last year. So this is the one for this year, 2020. So crazy. So it's just the Recollections planner. It's just the 18-month spiral planner. So I got this pretty early on just so that I made sure I got it for like a good price. I showed it in a haul. You guys probably already saw it. But yeah, so it is 18-month, but I'm starting it in January. So there's a lot that I'm gonna have to take out. I'm definitely going to be like kind of DIYing this and setting it up exactly how I want it. Because I used to use the Erin Condren planner. I'll probably go back to that at some point because it just has more extra stuff in it. But at the same time, there's things about it that I just don't really like. Like I like this planner more because it's a little bit more plain. The inserts, I'll get into that though. But yeah, so this is the one that I'm using for this year. I am going to DIY a little bit. So I want to show you guys kind of how I set it up before I start planning in it so that I can like show it and not like be afraid to hide. Yeah, whatever. So this is the one that has the interchangeable cover, which I really like. So I could always take this out up here, but it's kind of stuck in there pretty well. I can make my own planner, my own cover if I wanted to, or just change them out. The only thing I don't like about the interchangeable covers though is that they're a lot thinner than the normal Recollections ones. Like this one's pretty thick. So this is the one that I used last year for 2019. As you can see, I gotten it on sale forever ago. You can always change these out just by cutting slits in them. So I might change this one out because I don't like how thin it is because they're not removable. So you just cut slits in it and it's fine. But I also just might add a different one to the back so that it's a little bit thicker. We'll kind of see what happens. So I have some things that I want to add in so that it looks a little bit more like my one from last year. I just want to show this is the one from last year that I was using. Weirdly, I noticed too, this one has a gold spiral and this year I'll be in silver. So excited for that, I guess. So I have a few things also from like super old planners. So you guys know, I say it all the time that I buy the planners from like Michael's when they go on sale and like clearance. So as you can see, this is from 2017, 2018, and I had gotten like a good handful of like super old planners. So I took out a few pages that I'm gonna add in to there, and I like unwound the entire spiral so that I could keep them intact, so I could just cut slits and like just slip it in there that way instead of having to like maneuver the whole thing. So this is something I'm going to use for goals. I think this is probably obviously going to get covered up because it's an old 2017 calendar. This is going to go in there, but it's going to be like kind of changed around a little bit. I'm going to use this for like my yearly goals. I have a specific way that I like setting them up, and then I have a few other pages that I want to use as well from older planners. As we can see, this is from 2018. But yeah, I kind of want to maneuver this to be like my goals per month. I always like doing that as well. So there's a lot that I'm gonna have to like cover up and white out here, and then I'll probably just go like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, blah 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 through the end. I could have matched them perfectly in colors, but I kind of like how this one matched up with blue and pink. I don't know, I'm kind of digging it. But like I have a whole handful of ones here from old planners. See, like 2017, super old. So I had like different colors, and on the back it has like full planner or like calendar layouts. So I could have made them match like and had 2 greens or like 2 yellows, 2 pinks, but I don't know. I kind of like the way that it's like laid out. So we'll see how this one goes. That's some stuff that I wanted to add in and kind of like DIY add in. I don't really know how this one is gonna go because the holes are on the other side. So I'm gonna have to kind of figure that one out. Here's kind of like an example of how I like to do my overall yearly goals. I kind of cover them up mainly because I want to do a video. It's gonna be a separate video with you guys where I go through and kind of make all of my goals. So some of them are the same, so I just kind of want it to be more of a surprise when I put them down if I show them at all, because I mean at the same time it's personal. So but I do want to do a like goal setting video with you guys. But this is the layout that I really like. This was from it was from a different Erin Condren planner that I had. So one year this was how everything was set up with like, it just was boxes, and then I added in each section like how I wanted to do the goals that way. But so basically this is what I want to recreate. I'll do a separate video on it and go like more in depth with it. But so that's why I have this page right here that I took out from an old planner, because it has the same number of boxes. So this way everything will just be laid out in the same way. I'll have to write smaller. Obviously, I'm gonna have to cover a little bit up at the top so that it doesn't say that. And then I'll just use all of my same labels, probably the health, fitness, career, finances, all of that jazz in these little spots. And there's even enough room for like a few little notes down at the bottom. So I thought that would be nice. I can do it that way. And then I have this little cover, which I guess might be the cover sheet. I'm not sure. I might end up covering that up with like a sticker or something and labeling this differently. We'll see, because the planner that I'm using for this year already has like the this planner belongs to section. And I guess I don't really have an example of how I do the other month, like goals per month. I think it's in just a different planner that I have. But so basically I'd want it to look like this. It would be this way though, you know, but these pages. And so like I said, January, February, March, April, May, June, and then per month, I usually do them like at the end of the previous month. So like I should have January done already. But I'll just jot down a few goals that I have for this month specifically. The other goals are more like super long-term goals. It's like that thing in school when it's like, it was always the worst thing to do, set long-term goals, short-term goals. But these are more like shorter term goals, I guess I should say. Still some stuff that needs to be covered up, obviously stuff right here, but I think that's about it. And then obviously the days of the week, whatever at the top. Really just the top stuff needs to be covered up, and then that's ready to go. So that would probably be a page after my overall yearly ones. So I feel like I could probably just glue these two together. Not gonna lie, that's probably what I'm gonna do, but that still sucks because I wish I could just glue this on the back of a different page. We'll see. Maybe I'll find something else that I can glue this one on the back of so that the holes are on this side instead and just cut them off that way. So we will get to that point though, but first I want to deconstruct the planner that I'm using for this year. I did also cut out the little pouch from the planner that I used from last year, just in case, and I like made slits in it this time so that instead of like just cutting it out of the planner, so that I could keep these holes intact and just kind of slip them in. So I did that just in case. I probably won't need to use it though, but I have that. And then I have a ton of old note pages. I think this is actually from an old Erin Condren, but a ton of just plain note pages that I didn't use. So like line note pages, grids, and then there's even some blank pages in there, but they don't have the holes on the side. So we'll see how that goes too if I need to use it, but have it just in case. Just want to show you guys kind of like what I'm working with, and I'm sorry if I keep hitting the camera. First things first, what I like to do with my goal section, and then I'm gonna start kind of like peeling this apart because I want to take the months in that I don't need to use, you know. But I will say before I forget, this is what I like the most that the Erin Condren doesn't do. I'm pretty sure, because I know when I switched over I was like, oh my gosh, this is like amazing, because that was something that used to bug me, like drive me insane about the Erin Condren, is that their lines were so much more harsh. They were so dark, and like that's cool and all until you don't want the line in a certain spot. So the Erin Condren would have, basically it's the same exact layout, because this is like a dupe for the Erin Condren planner. It has the lines and it has the section over here for like notes or whatever you want to do, but the Erin Condren would have like a super thick line that comes through here that I'd have to cover up, and sometimes it would show through my washi tape and stuff, and I didn't like that. This one doesn't have a line. Perfect. I love that. Also, for like this little note section, but last year was different. I'll show you if I can find a blank spread. I'll show you compared to even last year's Recollections. But see, this year in this Recollections, I love how it's like a little dot grid at the bottom for technically like your little notes section or just whatever you want section. But again, there's no super harsh line down right here. There's no super harsh line right here to like group it off. And I love that this year they didn't title it as notes. Like last year it had notes and I would always have to cover it up. It was annoying. So like this is this year's compared to this one, which was last year's. So this bright pink right here was from last year's Recollections planner. Again, there's no super harsh line down the side, which I loved, because I think last year 2019 was my first year in the Recollections one. But then they also put notes right here, which I didn't like, and then they have the lines. I'm not sure if it's just the way the one that I picked out that has the grids at the bottom, but I love it. I love it. It is perfection. exactly what I would want. The only thing I don't like too though that I think Erin Condren does is that they have the title, so like it'll say August in 2019 or the year 2020 up at the top on both sides. So this one doesn't have it on this side. It doesn't have like the month and the year. So a lot of times I'll write it in, but other times I just won't because it's just like too much for me. Those are just little things about the weekly spread. Also, there's like all the extra pages like goal planning and stuff that's left out, as we already could see. We already discussed that, went over it. But overall, honestly, I like the Recollections planner better than the Erin Condren planner just because it doesn't have all those extra lines. If anyone cares, that's my opinion. I already kind of started planning in this one only because I didn't realize, I don't know why I didn't realize, that the other planner from last year has this week because it ran in. It has 2 days and then it goes into the new year. And so also my new planner for this year has the 2 days from last year and then it goes into this year. So I kind of planned in both because I didn't want that one to be unfinished, and I also did that one first, and then I didn't want this page to be blank. Like that would look, I just felt weird about it, having the first page of my new planner for the new year blank. That didn't sit well with me. So it's a little bit more plain. Usually it's got a lot more stickers and everything. I left out a lot, especially on these 2 days, just because that was in the other planner. I might end up writing them in, what I have there, but for the most part, I'm probably gonna leave it just like this because I just can't really be bothered by it, and the week's like over anyways. Like I said though, this planner that I'm using for this year is the 18-month planner. We're gonna deconstruct a little bit. Just gonna have to be careful so I don't like distort, bend my rings. So right when I open this up, see we've got one of these little pockets here. I usually don't like having these in the front, so I'm probably gonna move, or maybe I'll leave it here just because, and just keep it with nothing in it and put the other one in the back. We'll see, whatever. Okay, so make it happen is the first thing. We've got 2019 over on this side, which we can ignore. And then we've got overall 2020, which I just leave and obviously kind of like mark them off just a little bit as the months go by. Got a full year in a review. I never really use this thing. Is this like a tracker, like a habit tracker? Or to stick all the days listed out differently? I don't know, weird to me. Important contact, I never keep important contacts in this planner just because I have a different planner for that. It also comes with these beautiful stickers in here, which is very similar to how the Erin Condren comes. I'm not sure if it comes with the same titles, but I like how it also has blank ones. I usually use these on my monthly view, month overview for like bills and stuff, but I don't like keeping these stickers in my planner at all. These are also super nice. And then we've got some of these like boxes too. Oh, you get a lot of pages of stickers in here. I just haven't like really looked through this. But so I don't like leaving my stickers in here because I just don't. I have sticker books, as you guys will probably see. That video's just not up yet. But I'm going through and showing you guys how I organize and DIY all of my stickers to put them kind of in one place together. So oh no, that's what I didn't want to happen. Okay, I gotta kind of focus because I don't want to ruin these. They are very nice stickers. I just don't like keeping them inside my planner. Right, last sheet. Let's see if we can do this nicely. So I'm going to keep these to the side because these will go in a separate sticker book so they're all together. But I love those stickers. See, it's a great value for like what you're paying for these, and it's basically the same thing as an Erin Condren planner. I also don't really like this pocket at the front, but I think I'm going to have to go in with scissors and take this out. This is what I usually do. Now, I don't really need to cut this out because I could just go into the one that I used last year and take out the folder. I already took the folder out and I don't know where it is. Okay, well, I just like putting this folder in the middle of the month kind of, so that like if I have important documents or like bills that I haven't paid yet or whatever, until I pay them, they go in this pocket. So to keep this intact this time, instead of just like cutting it through and then having to add like a tab and then cut holes in it, blah, 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 it's just like a lot of extraness. So I'm just gonna take small scissors. I just go in. Oh, are these not gonna be strong enough? I just cut slits, but I think right there it's not gonna be strong enough because it's extra thick, doubled up. But yeah, this is how I usually take stuff out of my spirals without totally undoing the coil. There we go. It's just so doubled up down there. And then you can just pull it out. This is how I take off my covers also. If you have one that's not like an interchangeable cover, especially the Recollections ones from Michaels, I don't think any of them are interchangeable because they try to force you to like buy all of the planners for the cover that you want. But this is how you can change them out and then keep them kind of intact, and instead of having to like DIY it further. Just take your time, takes a little bit of time, patience. Just cut little slits right in the middle of each hole. This time consuming, I know, and you gotta kind of be careful. I'm trying to not cut my pages either. Okay, I might have to get different scissors for down here. Cut. Don't rip, please. Elbow grease that I don't have. Ah! Hold the phone. Managed to get my scissors, but let's see if I can get it now, because these like are kind of weird still. I had to kind of like slightly like open this up and cut it apart, like separately, because since it's doubled up, it just makes it too thick. All right, so after all of that, we've got our folder. See how it's like doubled up? So it's doubled up here because like to make the actual pocket, and then they're folded in half. So like it's super thick and it's not normal paper. It's like a laminate paper. So I usually put this like how we've got your cover for the month July, and then it goes into your monthly overview. I usually like to move around my pocket and put it in the middle of the monthly overview. I don't know, that's just my preference. Sometimes I keep it there, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll keep it in like the month before, or like how there is the divider before the month. Sometimes I'll put the pocket, this folder, like right before the month, you know what I mean? So then I can still see the month at a glance, and then you would be working, like you'd be in your weeks going through. But so what I'm gonna do now, obviously I didn't use all of these months. I don't want them to sit in here. So I'm gonna take out everything that leads up to January. Do I wanna leave this page right here for notes though, is the question. I think I'm just going to take out everything. Should I use a box cutter? Probably is not like the safest thing for me to do. Can I just go like this? Dangerous. Don't do this at home. Definitely not a kid's project. Oh, it only cut through like 2. But I guess it's gonna be easier. I don't want to cut out the pages though that I actually want in here, but I guess I'm not that strong. Oh my god, this thing is making me nervous. Oh no! Oh my god, I cut the cover and my table. This isn't good. This is not going well. Don't do this at home. I probably should have to rip it out because now that makes me nervous. Then I'm going to cut the entire cover off. And then I've got all this mess. Stand by. We'll be back. I'm pretty sure my camera is like actually dying right now. So I'm going to do what I can with you guys here. Okay, so now I have my pocket in for the month, and I figured out how I want this laid out though with these things I'm going to be putting in here. So the important contacts, even though I don't really use that, I do want to have a divider that says like goals, so I'm going to have to take my labeler and put something over that. But so that's going to go there, and I will have to DIY. Show you guys how I DIY these to make them fit in, because this though is the page that I want to use for my overall year at a glance type goals, like yearly goals, and then it's going to go into the by month goals, so it would look like this. But so I'm actually going to tape run these 2 pages together because I don't want to use regular tape folded over, and I don't want to use glue stick because I want it to be nice and flat because I'm going to be writing on these pages, which technically I should write on it first and then glue them together so that they don't seep through on each other. And then I'll just cut slits once they're done, so it'll go like that. I'm going to put something there to cover that. I don't know what yet though. And then so it'll turn there. I'm just going to add this on top of another divider. Now with the divider though, I want the divider to sit in the same exact spot as right here because I don't want it to go the next one down because then it will cover my January on the side right there. So I'm actually going to take one that I ripped out just now. It's a September one, and I'm going to flip it over so that the dots face the other thing. I kind of messed it up, so I'm gonna have to cut it down, but then I'm just gonna be taping it to the back of which page? Not that page. This page. And then I'll have to like DIY it to fit in there. So it'll be like that, turn it, and you got the dots. So there's gonna be a lot of DIYing happening. I did also find this page that I forgot I had mixed in with like some old pages. Again, as you can see, it's old from 2017, 2018. I guess I could go like that and put that there and then put, oh, so that's what I will tape there then. And then I could just use that as my overall monthly goals. But I don't want to do that. I like it the other way that I have it. And then I'll put something there to cover that up. But so yeah, so I'm going to glue that there and just have important dates, but that'll be like holidays and stuff listed out for there. Is that weird? I don't even care if it is weird. The rest will stay the same. Oh, there's actually a lot of note pages in this one. Wow. Wow, like a lot of note pages. Okay, I guess I won't need to put those extra ones in here, but I have certain things that I like to keep in my planner, so I don't know, we'll see. I'll show you guys my old planner from last year, my 2019 planner, I guess, just to show you guys like what I would keep in the pocket that I want to move to the back. Oh my god, I could use these to put some pages in there. So I DIY'd this one. Obviously, this was an Erin Condren pocket, so I just keep like stickers in here that I might be using for like the overall thing that I do like to keep in the planner with me. Maybe it is better in the front because then I won't be writing on it, but I guess one page would be. Whatever. That's basically what I keep in there, so I might just put that in the back. I used to use dashboards all the time. I don't know why I thought I needed it for this planner. I really don't, but we're just gonna take it out, but I'm not gonna have a dashboard in for 2020. That's weird. And yeah, basically just wanted to show you that. Okay. So I charged my camera, and while it was charging, I like kind of set some things like up in here. So I did end up putting the other cover behind this one. I don't like this cover at all, but this is like the actual one that came on my 2019 planner, and I didn't like that one either, so I covered it. And it just got glitter look on the back of it. So just to double it up, because like I said, that front cover is so thin, I just decided to use the pocket that's already in the front, obviously, because that wouldn't have made sense to like cut it out and then put the other one back in. That would have been so stupid. So I took some of the stickers out that I no longer use. It was just like little ones that I've printed out myself, like that I've found from like websites and stuff for free. Put some stickers in that I do actually use. The main ones that I like to use are these heart ones, because I use them to track like my time of the month or whatever in the whole monthly view. So then this is the page that was already in there. Obviously the first page goes into both years at a glance, and then this like tracker thing, and then this is where I actually ended up gluing. So I just used like a tape runner to cut off the edges of this old sheet. As we can see, it's from 2017. So I'm gonna add a sticker to this actually, because I have a sticker book full of like the other stickers that I had taken out of previous planners. So it's basically like the same setup, like the same type of stickers. I don't know how to like explain that, but it came from like previous planners. So I think I found one that I want to use, but I'm not really sure. It kind of matches. I didn't want to use like a crazy color, because like we've got yellow and pink basically, and then I wanted it to kind of match with what was gonna go here too and not look so crazy. So I want to stay within this color scheme. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and use this one that just says do the impossible. I didn't want to say anything too crazy. So I guess we're just gonna put this on there just to cover up the 2017. Otherwise I wouldn't be putting a sticker there at all. I don't know why. I guess I didn't need tweezers, but we're gonna use tweezers. All right, so I'm just gonna put this here some kind of way to like cover it. Does that look okay? Cool. And then so we've got the important dates. I decided to put it right here so that I'm putting the divider and then it goes into my goals. I just thought it made a little bit more sense to not have this mixed in with my goals and then it's like important dates, because this is gonna be just like holidays listed out and probably people's birthdays, stuff like that on there. So I didn't want that mixed in with my goals. That would be weird. Instead, so here again is the divider that I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna relabel it to say like goals or something. I gotta figure that out. So we'll have this there. It doesn't look too crazy now. It would have looked crazier if I had like bright green. It would have been like so many different colors, you know? And so I kind of changed, I think. Oh, because I messed up a sheet and I glued both of them together. It was supposed to be one here and one there, and I accidentally glued them both together. So I had to like rearrange what I did a little bit. Yeah, because that's what I did. So on the tab though, I do want to cover this old planner up, obviously. So I just grabbed, like I said, I have these other sheets from the old Erin Condren planner. It's just a notes page of like graph. So I'm just gonna take my tape runner and glue this on, but I need to attach some kind of like holes or whatever so that it can go onto the ring. So I'm going to show you guys basically what I did for the other pages as well. For this page I had to do the same thing, because you know it was like I put another one of the tabs in. It matches so cute. This is going to move though, it's not always going to be there, but this is actually one of the dividers that came out of it. And so this will be my month at a per month, right? Is that what I was doing there? Per month. Why does it seem like so much longer now? Like I did this wrong again. I just gotta cover everything. It looks crazy. Then I'm going to the goals. This is just the generalized whole year type goals. I gotta cover that up, so we'll do that too. But I wanna show you guys how I DIY'd it to make pages fit into my spiral. So all you need for this, it's super easy. You don't necessarily need a paper cutter, but that's what I'm gonna use just to cut off the very edge of right here, just so we get a straight line. You're also gonna need a tape runner. I definitely suggest using tape runner and not like rolling up tape to double side it. I guess you could use double-sided tape, it's the same thing. I wouldn't use glue though, even like a glue stick, just because you're gonna be writing on it, so I prefer it to be like a flat surface and not have chunks. And then you're gonna need like some kind of like little tab divider thing. So I'm just using these like little Avery label tab things. They're just like stickers, but I'm gonna cut off the colored part. Oh my god, the cat is in here too, so they're like all over my lap. It scared me so bad. Barbie, do you wanna say hi to the people? Oh, she's purring. Do you not, oh, you don't wanna say hi? She says hi. You can't stay up there though. Really? Really? Is this happening? Barbie, can you get down now? I lied. You can't stay up there though. This is what we're doing for the people. This is embarrassing. Okay, get down, please. Down. Get down. Get down. Get down. No, no, no. Don't eat the plant. Get down, please. Fine. Yeah, go. Okay. You need me to take you down? Back to regular scheduled programming here. I'm going to cut this edge so it's straight. Just cut a little bit of that off just so that we got a nice edge to it. Obviously, we want to keep the tab so everything is going on this edge. I'm just going to take these dividers and I'm gonna just stick them on here. I like to like keep a little bit of an edge. I don't know, just put them on. I'm cutting off the yellow part, so I wanna use just this right there, if that makes any sense at all. It probably really doesn't. These are repositionable though, so it's not like, I feel like I'm doing something terrible. I guess I could sit this on top of my other one, and then we could get it to line up perfectly. I'll show you too how I made it like work out this way, so that they like came out in the right spot, because there is a tip to that. So I'm gonna line this up though with the edge of the other paper, so line them up with the edge that has the divider on it, and then from there you're gonna wanna add this in to make sure that you have them all sticking out like the same amount or whatever. Don't actually think that's good, but it'll at least be in the same spot. I wanna make sure that all the sticky part is on there. I'm gonna grab a second one. Yay, so now they're in the right spot. But what I did for the first one, I just kind of put them anywhere. I wanted two on the edge, so I did that. But then you're gonna wanna use something that has the same holes as like the planner so that you're marking it in the right spot. Otherwise, you might have it like the rest of your planner's lines, the edges are right here, and then you'll end up putting holes in it and then it'll sit like this crazy or something. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna be lined up perfectly, if that makes any sense. So you're gonna wanna use something with the same holes as like where the coils are, like this, and then you set it down to mark off where each hole goes specifically. But I'm gonna use the one that I already did just because it's right. I don't want to mess it up because I've already messed up a whole sheet and glued two things together that I needed to use, so that was like kind of annoying. So you're gonna have to mark off though each single hole, and you're gonna need a smaller hole punch for these too, because you're gonna have to punch it individually since the coils are thinner than like the normal hole punch. So I mark off every single one. I'm gonna use the hole punch, but first I'm gonna cut off this line. I think I can just go in, was it a little shorter actually? I'm actually gonna cut off my yellow part too, but I think I cut off a little extra so that they don't stick out too far. No, I can go in and just cut off, it looks like just the yellow part. So I'm gonna cut off the colored part first, and then I'm just gonna hole punch it, and then I'm gonna cut the little slits like this way into the thing, just in case my camera cuts out again. Alright, so I'm just going to punch the holes in here. Again, it's not a normal size hole punch. I can't even tell you what size it is. I'm so sorry. I have no idea. But I got this a long time ago when I first started using like the Erin Condren ones, and I realized I need to like DIY stuff to put in it. Yeah, it's like a pretty small hole punch. If I can figure out the size of it, I will definitely include it in the description box below for you guys. I almost forgot the whole point of why we put the tabs on first. We gotta glue the other side down to cover all this stuff up. So I gotta glue down the page that I'm using to cover this up. But I like to put the tab part on first so that you're gluing the other paper down on top of it so it's inside and it won't risk them coming off since they are removable. We want this to be permanent, stuck in there. And usually I punch the holes after I glue everything together. I just got all discombobulated because of the cat who is currently on my lap. I'm gonna glue this as fast as I can together. We already punched the holes. And then, like I said, though, once I do punch the holes, I'm just gonna show it now because my camera's dying. I cut little slits in here so that it can go into the book. Technically, this one I'm not going to be moving around, so that's not an issue for me. I just want to be able to get it onto the coils at all. And I don't know if I'm just not strong enough or what. Cut, like, hole punch through all these little things, but I have to cut off the little pieces because it doesn't fully punch it out either. So that's just me. It might happen to you. I just cut it off. But I fully tape the edges. I make sure I put a good amount on, like, right there and right around where the tabs are to make sure that the paper really glues down around it and holds on to it. And yeah, I'm cringing at how much of the tape runner that I'm using because it's expensive. Usually it doesn't go on this like smooth plastic, at least the one I used. Oh, that one works. But I usually go around stuff like that just to make sure that it's gonna stick. And then I go down, make a cross, just because, again, I want to make sure this stays in my book. And then I usually line it up with the edge right here because I can cut off this other edge, but I just want like a pretty edge. I don't know. So I'm just going to glue this down. I'm trying to decide which side I want to use, if it's like that or with just the corner. I think I want a little bit of a design, but why do I feel like I want it on the bottom? We'll do it on the top, just in case I color it in at some point. Yeah, and then I just hold my breath and, oh no. Oh no. Well, guys, that's why I can't talk and do this at the same time, because it kind of messed up a little bit, but it's okay. I'm not gonna cry about it. At least I didn't glue the wrong pages together. It's okay. It's okay. So I'm just gonna cut off this little bit of edge where it got uneven, and then I'm not gonna be mad at it, and I'm gonna go on to the next thing. At least for the most part, I covered up what's on the back of this divider. All right, so now I'm just gonna put this in the correct spot in my planner and put this one back also in there. And I'm gonna try to talk as fast as possible, basically, so that we can make it to the end. This one is just gonna go right here, and then I think this one goes right here, right? Yes, so I'm just going to put these in. I'm gonna try to make sure they're lined up right. Where does this go? Alright, I feel like my camera though is going to cut out, so I'm going to start saying bye to you guys right now. So yeah, so that is how I'm setting up my planner to like kind of, I don't know, get it ready to use with missing pages that I really like to use, especially for like goal setting and stuff that the Recollections planner does not have, that you'll probably get in a more expensive planner. But you can always reuse stuff from previous planners and then make it like to your liking. It takes a little bit more time, but it's like not as difficult as it seems like it would be. But here's my goals section now. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? This one's supposed to go right here. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say bye to you guys. I'm gonna put this back in the same way, just right there where it's supposed to go. So that is how I'm setting up my planner to get it ready for it 2020. Again, this is my everyday desk planner that stays at home, stays on my desk. I look at every single day, houses so much more information in it. So I will come back and do another video of how I'm doing my goals and everything specifically on these pages. So stay tuned for that if you guys do wanna see it. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you wanna see some more of my planner videos, especially with my DIYs and kind of like personalizing all of my planners. I use a ton of different sizes. Let me know in the comment section below what size planner you're using and if you're already done setting everything up for 2020, because obviously I am not. But muchísimas gracias for watching este video. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the little bell notification so that you guys are alerted, if that still works, when I post my new videos, especially setting up my goals and everything in here. So yeah, muchísimas gracias for watching este video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.